All right, let's take a look at example 1. It says, for lunch, your school cafeteria offers 2 kinds of sandwiches, chicken and tuna, and 3 kinds of drinks, milk, apple juice, and water. If you buy 1 sandwich and 1 drink, how many different ways can you choose your lunch? All right, well, there's a number of different ways we could approach this problem, right? I mean, you have 2 choices for sandwich and 3 choices for drink. You could probably easily list out all of the different combinations in this situation. But what I want to show you today is how to draw a tree diagram to sort of visualize these choices. And tree diagrams come in handy later on when we get, this is a fairly simple problem, but when you get into more complicated problems, it can help you at least visualize what's happening. All right, so let's take a look at this. Basically, we have 2 choices, right, for sandwich. Let's say we choose the sandwich first. And we can choose a chicken sandwich, or we could choose the tuna sandwich. Okay, so those are our 2 choices. And next, we have to choose a drink. Now, the choice for drink is not dependent at all on what we chose for sandwich. You know, if we chose a chicken sandwich, we can choose milk, or we could choose apple juice, or we could choose water. Same way with tuna. It doesn't matter that we happen to choose tuna. We're not restricted at all in what we choose for drink just because we chose tuna. So we have the same 3 choices, right? We have milk, we have apple juice, and we have water. Okay, so let's take a look at all the different combinations that we can create. So here are all the different combinations: chicken milk, chicken apple juice, chicken water, tuna milk, tuna apple juice, tuna water, right? That's just we can basically just trace the branches of the tree and figure out how what the different options are. You know, if we go down this path, we get chicken, and then we travel down this path, we get milk. If we go down the chicken path again, but this time maybe we could choose water. So each one of the branches of these trees, this tree, represents a different combination of sandwich and drink, and then by tracing those branches, we can get, you know, the different combinations. So, but we're asked actually how many. We weren't actually asked for all the different combinations. We wanted to know how many different ways are there to put together a lunch. And I mean, we could just count. There are 6 different ways, 6 different meals that we could put together, and that's basically our answer. But the thing I want you to recognize here is that we can get this by just multiplication. We had 2 choices for sandwich, and we had 3 choices for the beverage, and so that gives us 6 combinations, or I should say 6 different possibilities, right? That brings us to the multiplication principle, which is the most important thing. If you learn one thing out of this chapter, the multiplication principle is it. It is also called the fundamental principle of counting. All right, that's the actual name for this multiplication principle, is the fundamental principle of counting. So you know it's got to be good. All right. So the multiplication principle just says that if we have a certain number of ways to do one task and another number of ways to do a different task, and we want to perform both those tasks, then there are m times n ways. We just multiply the number of ways in order to get the number of ways to complete both tasks. Task 1 followed by task 2. Okay, so this multiplication principle, is just dealing with 2 tasks. But we'll get to the generalized multiplication principle in a moment. But I want you to take a look at example 2. I want you to give it a try, and it's very similar actually to example 1. And then I'll meet you in the next video.